In the latest update, the LH1 took a nice buff. Now, the LH1 has been a bit of a weird weapon. A lot of people have said it's not that good, but there's a small population of players that say it's extremely underrated. Today, I'm going to look at the stats after the buff, and then we're going to try and game and narrate a tournament which we won using the LH1 and explaining its weaknesses and strengths and how it can be a good contender in the current meta. Right, so it got a buff and now does 47 body shot damage instead of 45. It also has really high crit damage if you get a headshot. All of the magazine sizes stayed the same, but the damage per mag is now the highest out of all light ammo weapons, which is really big, and you'll see why that's important later. It does have a long reload time, which is a bit of an issue, but it matches the XP54. So in comparison, it's not like crazily long or anything. DPS is not great, right? But later on, I'll show you why sometimes that doesn't matter. And obviously, it's kind of down to whether you get the headshots or not. So we're going to test out its potential with headshots, its potential up close when you hip fire, and how well it can do when light is usually a class where you want to kind of sneak around and get up close and personal and use better, higher DPS weapons. Let's find out exactly how well it does in this tournament game. In the first round of this tournament, we didn't get too much action. I did get a bit of chance to try out the LH1 with hip fire, and surprisingly, it did pretty well. The rest of the first round was pretty quiet though. We managed to get one cash out early game that didn't get too much attention. We died just as it cashed out. In later game, I found a weird little hiding spot inside of a roof, which I found pretty nice. Another player found it, and he obviously didn't find me. Later on in the game, we got another cash out, which was almost stolen from us, but we managed to defend it. Honestly, not too much action in the first round, but things really started to pick up in the later rounds in this tournament, and we did definitely get to test out the LH1 to see just how good it could be. This next round, we finally got someone actually attacking our cash out and had a decent enough fight to try the LH1, which was nice. I was putting a lot of pressure on them, and I was starting to realize just how valuable the LH1 was long range, which a lot of the other light weapons kind of lack, you know? You got the XP54, but it's still pretty difficult to use long range sometimes. Unfortunately, I did get taken down by this player after doing a lot of damage to the rest of their team. We got rezzed, got back in the fight, and put more pressure on the cash out box. We had a great angle on one player trying to steal the cash out, grappled towards him and took him out. The rest of that cash out was pretty straightforward. I really felt like this thing just put so much pressure on players, so much damage per shot. So every time you peeked, you were doing a lot of damage and causing a lot of people to back off. With the cash out done, we moved on towards another little scrap going on. We managed to drop quite a few people battling under a broken staircase. It's quite surprising how much damage you can do per mag with this thing, and it feels like you can knock multiple players quite consistently, which I don't often do with other light class weapons. I pushed a heavy up close, and well, that wasn't the best idea. I do think the hip fire is good on this thing, but obviously not as good as the other light weapons, but it's not terrible considering it's basically like a marksman weapon. As we moved into the later stages of the game, we were just going around having fun at this point, just cleaning up, trying to put it for its paces, and I was just getting knock after knock after knock. More and more eliminations kept coming in, and it was just going really well. As the game was about to end, we got into a bit of a sticky situation, and we did die, but luckily we had enough money from earlier cash outs to go into the next round. So now we were in round 3. It was Sandstorm, and I hated Sandstorm. I just don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. And in the finals, you can't see anything. Either way, we tried to get into this first vault. Did quite a lot of damage until I got backed into the corner against a heavy with a shotgun. Not something you want to do very often, I'll let you know now. We did get eliminated there, unfortunately. I had enough tokens from the early game though, so we respawned, tried to push this cash out. And this is where the first difficulties of the LH1 really started to come into play. I was having a difficult time this round. We got RPG'd, and as soon as we got respawned, we got blown up by a mine. And we just couldn't get into this cash out whatsoever. So we left this team. We realized we couldn't go up against this team right now. We had to push them up close, and that wasn't working with the LH1 because this team had 2 shotguns, a bunch of explosives, and as a light, that's just not going to work. Luckily, we managed to do enough damage on the same team later on in the game to steal their vault and go start the cash out ourselves. Now, as we took out 2 players of the squad, I kind of guarded the statues to see if I could squad wipe. Unfortunately, they got a res off though, so we went to the cash out and started to defend it. And this is where the LH1's power truly comes into play. As you hold a cash out from a bit of a longer distance, you have so much power to put down damage as they're crossing out in the open, which is just really, really amazing. Until we got RPG'd again. Oh my god. Oh. Of course, it's not going well when you get up close with this weapon. That's the trouble. Luckily, my team respawned me. Nice. Oh, no. Our other remaining teammate took the smart choice and rezzed us instead of trying to go for the... Oh, dude. Ah, never mind, there's the heavy shotgun. And we got team wiped. Things weren't looking good. We tried to push for the next vault with only 1 minute left on the clock, and the same pink team was guarding it with so much equipment. This was ridiculous play. I mean, it worked, I'm not gonna lie, but it was incredibly difficult to fight against. We had 40 seconds left to open up a new vault. We got it open and pushed the cash out point with just 10 seconds left and plopped it in. This time, we had the high ground, which meant it was over for anyone else that pushed us. Sorry, that's too many Star Wars references for one video. Anyway, there was a lot of damage on the players down below. Like I say, the LH1 does so well long range. It does okay in hipfire, which we pointed out earlier in the video, but not well enough to deal with heavies with rocket launchers, shotguns, and a million bazillion mines. Anyway, we held the high ground. Any team that pushed us didn't really have a chance because I just had the stopping power of the LH1, and it really was so great at taking down mediums and lights, not so much heavies, which I was starting to realize, and that was going to be a problem if we did manage to make it into this final round here. The cash out got exploded down onto the ground. A bunch of players tried to reach for it. It was absolute carnage, and I was there just kind of picking up the pieces and staying alive, ensuring nobody tapped that cash out, and it worked really well, and we qualified into the finals. Trouble is, it was against that same squad we were having difficulties with all that last round. Yep, the heavy shotgun dude and his teammates. We have to fight that silly heavy again. We've got to keep our distance. Keep our distance and we can make the LH1 actually win. And it's the perfect counter to that heavy. I definitely think the light roll is really good when you can sneak around and get up close and personal, getting good flank off angles, and I did want to do that this game, but I wanted to try and make sure I kept my distance. We'd learned from dealing with the other shotguns the last game, and surely with that learning we could make the LH1 work and win against probably a much more meta squad, let's be honest. Now, the final started with us getting the cash out, but we got pushed and I did get knocked. I did enough damage to the team, leaving it a 1v1. He's got to get the res. He's got to get the res. You just got to get that defib off before they do it. Yeah, go for that defib. Go for that defib. Nice. 2v1. 2v1. Interesting. He's got a shotgun. Now, we did get res, but it seemed like the rest of the other team got res as well. So it was a straight 3v3 team fight to defend this cash out point. Kind of shook on me. I need to flank this sneakily because I don't have health. Here we go. That's one. Oh. Nice. And again. Must be getting annoyed, dude. Oh, no. I got shotgun and I panicked. I think we got this, though. I think we got this. Nice job. There it is. And we can get rezzed. Awesome work. Okay, we got the cash out. We got the cash out. We went up against... They got 2 shotguns. This is, like, amazing for us. Yeah. So we got their first cash out point, but the other team took the vault, which means we need to try and attack them and eliminate them, or at least do enough damage to steal it and set up our own cash out. My distance. Right, it's a 3v2. Nice. There's one left. It's a medium, though. Oh, my God. I thought I missed that. That's so awkward. Go, cash out B. Let's just go. Let's go. There's one left. Of course, they'll heal, but we can get the defenses in at least. Keep our distance, like I say. So, we managed to steal the cash out. Now all we had to do was keep our distance and defend it. And we had some really good vantage points to do so.
Stand clear.
Keep high on this. Oh, we got one knock. Right, 2v2. Get the res, that'd be great. Nice. We just keep it in the pressure on from a distance. They'll probably be going inside, though. Oh. Believe, dude. Okay, nice. Oh, I have to reload. Not today. Got such a good angle on this, dude. Okay. Oh no, dude. That's awkward. Nothing we can do then. I stupidly hesitated too late and they stole the cash out. I could have dropped down way sooner and stopped them from doing it. Although maybe I would have died and they would have a chance to steal the cash out anyway. Either way, the LH1 wasn't the issue here. It was my bad timing. That was a clutch res and I was kind of expecting the glitch nade to go off sooner. But yeah, I should have just jumped down. The pressure on them, they literally had no time left. I mean, oh wow, either way, it's still winnable, you know? Still winnable. And you can see that LH1 is doing a lot of work. Absolutely. As you'd expect from that performance, the other team managed to start the cash out, and now we had to try and attack it with the clock ticking down. Yeah. There's another floor. Interesting. Oh, nice. Nice, let's go. Where's this medium? There he is. Oh. Well, that's easy. Let's just... Yeah, turn on that. There we go. Yeah, turn it on. Turn it on. Ow. What we need to do is get above it. Blow a hole through here. There we go. Yeah. Defend up here. I don't think they have enough time. I mean, here they come. Should be nice and easy. Well, I think that's a great showcase of the LH1 and how it's definitely underrated. Like, this weapon has just carried us this game. There's no denying it. I just don't think there's any reason to call it not good. I'm not making the same mistake this time. Look at that, bro. Nice. I definitely think with this new buff, you just can't say that the LH1 is not underrated. It is there. I mean, there it is. Look at how much we did as a team there. That's amazing. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the LH1, and I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio.